Uh, okay, Spreaker, you on first. Let's see who on second. YouTube, you on second. YouTube, you on second. Shouts out. Next is that amazing Facebook fam. Oh, we don't need your stanky connection. I got a connection right here on my phone, right? Next is we're gonna try doing that app. What is it called? You Are Not Live. I don't understand why it's so damn dark. Add a guest to be in your live. Oh, okay. So I'm live on Instagram too. So let's get it started, family. What's going on? Let's get it started. Let's do that. Let's see. I got so many windows open, I'm confused right now. So let's do this.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Drink your water. Lift your glass and 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 drink your water. Drink. Drink. Take your breath and drink your water. Take a breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take a breath and drink your water. Drink. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Drink. Drink. Lift your glass and toast your ancestors. 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 Drink. Drink. Lift your glass and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Move your body, drink some water. Toast your ancestors, drink some water. Drink. Alright, family, shouts out. We starting. Of course, you know on almost said it. On these days, you gotta catch me when you can. Now, as we move into 2018, for those that sign up for the Daily Toast, I will let you know when I will be broadcasting on the weekends through my app. I will be sending out texts to those people who are on the Daily Toast. For those people who are on the Daily Toast list. So, drink. said toast your ancestors? See, the babies is even into it right now. Alright, family, drink your water today. I am drinking, well, they're not a sponsor, so I'm not saying it. But hey, I'm drinking some nice spring water, 11,000 years protected and pure. At least that's what they say. It's protected and pure. Alright, so I'm pulling up my app so I can see what's going on the timelines and stuff like that. But I want to greet everybody, especially Miss Layla. Great to see you this morning, Miss Layla Tennille Essex Harris. How are you doing? All right. So, shouts out to all of the family because listen, family, now we are up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spreaker, and we got the conference line open right now, as well as being able to text. See, I'm trying to get into this technology. I'm trying to learn how to use it. You know what I'm saying? So that we can get the message out. So that we can go and salute our ancestors over every medium that we possibly can. So, just to let y'all know, tomorrow, I will be doing the Sabayet at the Per Ankh at APDS tomorrow. And of course, I'm going to be talking about some folk tales, family. How to use them to nation build. And of course, if I'm going to deal with nation building, I'm going to deal with improving life. Improving your life. So you're going to be able to pull all of that up out of there. So it's going to be a powerful discussion. At least I'm planning for it to be a powerful discussion. Depending on how the ancestors feeling about it, right? So, I'm sitting up here kicking it on. And I'm just, now, this is what's crazy. All this time I had my Hootsuite. I didn't know that let me put it this way. I knew, but I wasn't utilizing it. Now I got this Hootsuite where I'm able to pull up all of my shit. So right now, I'm able to see right now what's going on my Twitter, what's going on my Gye-Nyame journey, what's going on my Hot Tim, what's going on my Twitter. I can see all of it. So right now, we're about to share, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to share the daily toast for Kuumba across all my timelines. See if they'll let me do that. I'm going to share this as Hot Tim. Yeah, we're going to share that as Hot Tim. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to do. Come on. Let's see. All right. It ain't doing nothing, y'all. But, hey, it's still cool. There we go. So I guess I got to share one at a time. That's crazy. But, all right. So, now, let's get started. So, yesterday, I was listening to Amos Wilson. I didn't get a chance to read on Amos Wilson, so I ain't got no nice quotes for y'all today. But, we do have the ancestors list. I was also I was working on improving the Nguzi Saba Challenge, family. Right? So I'm gonna be pushing that out real soon. So stay tuned. We're gonna get busy with the Nguzi Saba Challenge. Trust me. Well, we'll finish this water and then we're going to get straight into our libations. If there's no calls, no discussions. Oh, I do have subjects. One of my partners, DJ Delford Chadbourne, sent me some show topics. And I'm going to read these show topics. And we could discuss any of them that you would like to. I mean, because, this is... He's a real, homeboy come up with some good stuff. So he sends me show topics and stuff like that. So he said a possible show topic: what types of trickery will take place while the community is distracted by comic book based movies and TV shows? Wait for it. During Negro History Month, a day ago, show topic. He sent me that a day ago. How often do black women wait for permission to be themselves culturally? Do they wait for permission from black men? Do they often wait for permission from white women or media advertising world? He sent me that a day ago. And third and last show topic. Mumble rap. In what way is it the blues in modern packaging? Wait, he cold, man. What, why, and how does mumble rap and the blues make culturally progressives, black intellectuals, and hoteps so uncomfortable? So them some possible topics we could talk about. I'll bring them back after we get done with the toast. But family, listen, we got people from all over that's just, sending stuff in, supporting the journey. And I'm just like, I am happy, and I don't know, I don't even know what to say anymore, because it's like some of the responses I'm getting are very. Actually, I haven't got anything negative, so I'm just going, I got people letting me know. I'm walking down the street, hey, man, I see you in the morning, blah, blah, blah. People be like, I'll be stopping in, checking you out. And I'm like, yo, we really on to something here. You know what I'm saying? Just getting together, toasting our ancestors, saluting our ancestors. We really on to something here. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm going to keep it going as long as I possibly can. And when she on her way to see me this morning. Oh, okay, well, cool. I'm about to send her some money on PayPal after I get done with my show. So tell her to call me after the show. After the show, because you know how our brother Hatim get on this show, right? Because I'm just warming up right now. Great morning, Miss Navita Nelson. How you doing? I know it's your birthday weekend, girl. You turning up? Huh? Am I going to see you at the prom tomorrow? Because I'm going to turn it out. I'm going to turn it out. So, all right. Miss Navita, you didn't hear the topics of discussion because we're going to do the toast, but one of my partners sent me some topics that we could discuss. Because I'll be asking people, I say, hey, man, I need something to discuss rather than just me just shooting straight from the hip all the time. Because, that's how I like to do it. Okay, she'll be on the road, but in a bit she'll tune in. All right, cool. Oh, you heard them? Okay. If it's any one of them that you want to hit up on, let me know. We can have a discussion about it. I got my lines open. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Spreaker. And I might have forgot one. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to build this up in a way to where we can have a positive effect on our community. Excuse me. That water, man, this is some good water. Today's water, even though they're not a sponsor, this water is kind of good. It's called Starkey. This water was good. So if any one of them you want to discuss, we can. If not, we're going to get into this toast. I don't have anything pertinent to talk about, once again, other than the Nguzo Saba Challenge family. You know what I'm saying? We will be doing the Nguzo Saba Challenge. I've always been doing it, but this is the issue, right? In less than, what's the date today? In less than 17 days. Well, in 17 days, let's say about 18 days, the Nguzo Saba Challenge will no longer be free. So, family, take advantage of it now. Get your packages, get all the free stuff right now, because after January 31st, the Nguzo Saba Challenge will no longer be free, right? So go and get all your stuff now. Go and do the challenge, because I'm gonna make some critical changes in it, and people gonna be able to receive the information and the text on a regular basis. We're gonna be helping people push through any challenges. Any personal challenges. Excuse me, Sasha. What is wrong with you? Turn that down. You got a room. Good God Almighty, you see this? Let's talk about our all right, well, cool. Let's talk about our nationality. Because there's a lot of shows out there that talk about nationality, but let's talk about the nationality. What is it? Right? Because let's get into it. What is it? because I have a lot of questions about that, because people bring up the nationality, and that's cool, but we are Africans in America, black folk, right? Now, of course, other people will have other descriptions of themselves, descendants of enslaved people. A lot of people have problems with that. So in some cases, and I ain't saying this is always the case, but in some cases we run to the nationality question. For is who love on America? For is, I don't understand. Say that again. Lie. For is love on America. I don't understand, baby. For who live in America? For is who live in. Go write that again. Write that again. Take your time. All right, so we're going to get to it. This is my niece, and she says she want to talk about nationality. So we're going to kind of get into it, because that's not my specialty, because I think I know where you're going with this, but let's go and have that. I mean, we can have that conversation, because get somebody out here who knows, somebody out here knows something about this whole nationality piece, so we going to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the only thing I don't want to happen is for people to start using nationality to hide from who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Africans of the diaspora, Moors, blacks, American, Africans, I accept any. For us who live in America, right? So we live in America, right? So nationality is connected to a nation. What nation are we in? We're in Americans. So we're Africans in America. African American, black, right? Because one of the reasons I like to go back to the black piece is because, one, it gives us a unique identity. Everybody can say that, you know, before, for example, African American. African American can be a white South African who came over to visit here. They could be labeled as an African American. You know what I'm saying? An African American could be anybody. I mean, you got white people that live in Africa. So a person that was born in Africa that comes over to America can be declared an African American. So I like to use the term black because it kind of helps us identify who we are here in America, because for most of us, right? For most of us, we are descendants of people who suffered through slavery. We are descendants of those people. And that gives us a unique status here in America that I think that we really need to embrace. And in fact, part of the thing that I'm going to be talking about in my Sabiat is how to use stories and how stories are important. You know what I'm saying? Because if you tell people the wrong type of stories, people will start shying away from who they are, in a sense. And that's what's been happening to us. Black is not a nation. It's a color, right? Black is a color. Black is our identifier. So now, let me ask you a question. As far as nationality, I asked you your question about the nationality is American. If that's the case, it's because Africa is not a nation. You know what I'm saying? So black is an identifier, right? So now you get into the nationality, but because I kind of feel where you're going with that. Please be clear. What do you mean when you want to talk about nationality? Let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, jump into it. Put it out there. What do you want to say about it? Because I don't specialize in that, because then you're going to get into the sovereignty piece. And let me be very clear about you with the sovereignty piece. There is no discussion about sovereignty if you cannot protect what is yours. As black people, right now, we can't protect what is ours. Hell, most of us go to work right now and we have to give our money to the tax people before we get our motherfucking money. And if we have a business, if we don't pay the tax man, we're going to lose everything. So you can't have the discussion of sovereignty. So if you want to talk about nationality and then move to sovereignty, then I'm going to have an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole sovereignty question, sovereignty can only be maintained by people or a group that can defend that sovereignty, period. All right, so now nationality, you on soils of America. America is not a nation. All right, cool. Now, what is a corporation other than a nation? You understand what I'm saying? Name a nation out there that is not a corporation. A corporation is a group of individuals that work together. As a matter of fact, a corporation falls up under the same definition as a nation. A nation is a stable, historically developed community of people with territory, economic life, distinctive culture, and language in common. That's a corporation. Stop playing with words, baby. You know what I'm saying? Stop allowing people to play with words with you. First off, understand who you are. You are African that was brought over here, right? You were snatched from your home. Your people were snatched from your home and brought over here. And in that confusion, you are in a country or a corporation, how you want to look at it, called America. To identify yourself, at first they called you nigger. Then started calling you Negro. Then you stood up and said, I'm an African, right? Then came African American. So now the whole piece is just identify, just be who you are. Don't use all the fancy words to just dodge around and dance around who you are. Who are you? You are the descendants of a people who were kidnapped. You are the descendants of, I hate to use the term, slave, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's all in the story it's all in how you put it in the story, baby. You understand what I'm saying? And the piece that because a lot of times what happens is we have people who are so hurt and so ashamed to be who they are, right? They start coming up with shit. We are the chosen people. So we'll take somebody else's story. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll get caught up in books and we want to be everything but what we are. But what we are is the greatest thing on this planet because we have survived something that nobody else could survive. Nobody else should have to survive. We went through something that nobody else could have went through. And now we're here. And many of us are still crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because just like when you're being born, you go through a trauma, baby. Black folks have been traumatized. So we're looking for shit to hide from being black. We're looking for shit to hide from being African. Because we're ashamed, right? Because we feel we lost, but we don't understand that we're involved in a generational war. So we could play with words. It's not a nation, it's a corporation. America's this. Nigga, don't pay them taxes. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, don't pay them taxes. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? Sovereignty is protected. See, and what's crazy is, I want you to think about this. A lot of people that come at us with this nationality argument and this nationality argument and the sovereignty argument, right, depend on white folks to follow the very laws that they broke in coming to get us and taking the land from the Native American, from the Native people here. Do you know the legalese of black law or black law? Now, I don't get all into that shit. This is why. Because it's like this. First off, baby, we need to be getting off into learning how to communicate with each other and building with each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? Black law is still a book that's written by a man. Now, first thing one of my principles teach me is self-determination. I have the ability to define myself for myself. I can define my people for my people. I don't need no fucking Black's dictionary to define me. You understand what I'm saying? That's still falling up under trying to escape who you are puts you up under somebody else's microscope looking at you. So now I'm supposed to go to black law, which is a white boy named Black who wrote a law dictionary and pull from there the definition of who the fuck I am, the legal definition. Come on, baby. You are. Who are you? Who did your mama Malika tell you were? Who did your grandmama tell you were? You understand? Where was she trying to get you? You know what I'm saying? That's the language we need to know about. That's what we are missing. Why? Why are we missing it? What's a nation, baby? That's what we're missing. What's a family? You cannot take law to a people that will break the chain. And that's the whole piece. You're trying to take laws to people that don't respect law. You got to understand, laws are designed. Listen, baby, laws are designed. And I'm going to say it one more time. Laws are designed to protect the future of the people that's making the laws. So that means that if a law is no longer serving its purpose as far as protecting my people, I have the right to change that law. Laws are made for the people, not vice versa. people are made for the laws. People make laws to make sure that they're able to protect their shit. Do you know why there's so many laws right now? Because white folks are trying to protect what they have. You know what I'm saying? Because like they went around taking shit from everybody. After they got all the shit, they needed to make sure that they was able to hold on to their shit. So now they got us jumping through legal hoops in order to prove shit. Baby, the bottom line is this. If I had the power, if I have the might, I don't have to obey no goddamn laws. You understand what I'm saying? Laws are made by men. Now, so you're going to take laws to a motherfucker who has showed us historically that they will change every law to fit them. So I'm going to take laws and fight somebody who has never fought fair with me ever. And say, hey, this is your law. Okay, you're right, that is my law. But hey, just yesterday we had a referendum and we changed that law. Sister Navita said, you cannot take a law to people that will break and change the law whenever they feel like it. Like you said, don't pay your taxes. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you don't pay your taxes, baby, they coming for you. They coming for you. Now, you can sit up there and you can throw all the legalese you want. All the legalese you want. You know what I'm saying? If them motherfuckers want you, they gonna get you. And the only way we gonna stop it is by us tribing up. By us grouping up. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the only thing these motherfuckers fear, they don't fear courts. No, because they built them. They fear other people with power. You know what I'm saying? This is why America don't fuck with Russia. This is why America don't fuck with China. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump went into office and spoke to the Taiwanese president before he spoke to the leader of China and got checked and backtracked. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? The only thing these motherfuckers respect is power, baby. And we're not going to get power by looking at their law dictionaries. We're going to get power by us coming together and building, by us learning, teaching our young people what it really means to be a nation. Historically developed community of people with territory, economic life, distinctive culture, language, and common. We could build that right now, right here. We can start developing our laws, which will protect the future of our children. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. How do you get that power? By us coming together. By me doing what I'm doing, right? By you mastering and doing what you doing. By you finding other people like yourself. And y'all, we start working together, family. It's that. I mean, it's like, it's so simple. And then on top of that, start living principle-centered lives. You understand what I'm saying? When I could look, when I could look at you and I know that when you give me your word, that's everything. We gotta get back to that. We gotta get back to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no contract with you because you family. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Where our words are bond, where our principles mean something, where unity means something, self-determination, collective worker responsibility. When we are practicing our principles and we're living our principles, and we start bringing stuff together. Like, for example, your mom trying to get in touch with me so that I can purchase a product from her. Commerce. We're doing commerce between each other. Right? She could trust that I said because I wanted it, I'm going to buy it. She sent me her PayPal information. I'm going to get her the money so that I can get my butter. You understand what I'm saying? I kept my word. She going to get me what she promised me. Right? You can almost bank on the fact that I'm going to be up every morning doing the show because I said I was going to do the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach people how to connect themselves with their ancestors. And by us connecting our ancestors together, we build our personal power and we build the only real wealth that black folks ever understood, relationships. We're not forming the relationships we need to develop the power we need. You know what I'm saying? We're not focused on that the whole aspect of building relationships. We're trying, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to jump through law hoops. How do you get that power? Have you heard of a brother named Mufundishy. Yeah, I heard of him. We have to come together economically first. We need to build an economic base. You don't see the Chinese in America asking for the government to help them. They have places like Chinatown in the U.S. See more. Go ahead, Miss Navita. They have banks, businesses, communities that make them more self-sufficient. Now, this is the one piece, only push back on that because you exactly right. But unlike everybody else that come here, they come here. Navita, me and you have the disadvantage of being born here. Now, the piece that we have to be able to do is to group up and not only get that economic power, but get that political power and make these motherfuckers pay us what they owe. America owe us money. And I know a lot of people say, Brother Hatim, you crazy. You're never going to get it. Listen, I ain't say don't start our banks. I ain't saying don't start our credit unions. I ain't saying don't get the economic piece. But we still have to put our demands on the table. And in fact, we need to put ourselves in a situation where we could take what's owed to us. It's owed to us. It's ours. It belongs to us. You understand what I'm saying? As black people in America, we have a special status. You know what I'm saying? The elder, he talks about economics. He calls us the only non-immigrant class. We're a non-immigrant class. We didn't come here by choice. We were forced here. We was brought here. We was used. As a matter of fact, this whole country is built up on us. It's built up on black failure. Right now, black failure is fueling this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it was black bodies that built it up. Right? These motherfuckers owe us. And we need to be able to train our kids to go up into these places and argue and get our motherfucking money. And if need be, we need to be able to back them up with physical action if we need to. Like, you heard of that white boy Clive and Bundy? It's crazy as fuck. This motherfucker is taking his cows out onto federal lands. They come, he have a standoff with the police. He become a national hero. Right? We talk about reparations, we got problems. Fuck that. We need, because we've been paying taxes. Actually, there was a period of time where we paid taxes and didn't have representation. So they owe us money for that shit. They owe us money for that too. They owe us money for all of the free land that they gave away that our ancestors was never able to get in. They were supposed to give us money after we came out of the situation. They never did that. We need to mount up all of our demands. And also and make the demand. You know what I'm saying? This is why when people be talking to me and be like, Brother Hatim, why you be talking about Obama in the way you did? Because Obama never stood up for us at all. You know what I'm saying? We got motherfuckers that, like, you know, people screaming, oh, Oprah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, but none in her platform, she never stood up, never had a show about what was owed to black folks. No, we lazy. According to her. You know what I'm saying? Our children are lazy. According to her. I'm not on that shit. Family, we are old. And we need to make sure we train our children to remember that they are old and to walk around this motherfucker like we own this motherfucker. Because in fact, we do. You know what I'm saying? We have to group up. You cannot get the power without money and or violence. They won't even let you at the table if you're not bringing any economics and bringing institutions to protect that shit. That's what they protect. That's what they understand. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they understand. You know what I'm saying? So now, as long as they want to play politics and laws and shit like that, we need to be pulling everything that we need from them. But we have to understand, family. We have to understand that we gonna have to be able to defend everything that we get back. And everything that we build up. Because we already know how they come. We already know. We already know how they come. We got many historical examples of how they come. But hey, we need, and the one piece that we all need to understand about that, right, is that we always went down fighting. If we went down fighting, family. Always. And thorough knowledge of the game that they play. Not only thorough knowledge of the game that they play, you know what I'm saying? Having certain mastery. I agree with you, baby. Black America.com update. How do black people spend their money? Right. Now, and then, I mean, because it's like, we started behind the 8 ball. And, we got to understand that. We started behind the 8 ball, and we have to really understand that, right? And it's like there's a couple of videos you can check out. There's this dude called Tone Talks, where he talks about the economic perils of being black. You understand what I'm saying? What we have basically gone through, why we are in the situation we in, how much wealth we really have, because for some reason, we honestly think that we got more wealth than we really have. You know what I'm saying? Family? We are struggling over here. I mean, in many places, we're being priced out of them, as they call, Tone Talk say, he talks about us being priced out of America. So go and check out some of that stuff, some Yvette Carnell stuff. They do a real good thing about giving the data about the economic status of African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Or however you want to look at this. You understand what I'm saying? So that you can understand where we are economically. And then see the importance of raising our kids so they understand the importance of politics. As long as they playing the political game, we need to be able to get our kids up in that arena to pull down as much cash as we can. Then we need to make sure we got our, if some of our kids is going to the military, we need to make sure that they got their mind right. You understand what I'm saying? So that when the time comes, they got their mind right. But how are we going to do that? You know what I'm saying? We do that by, one, educate them like you, Layla. You know what I'm saying? You've been part of the family for a very long time. You was kind of born into this. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to run into a whole lot of different stuff. But I want you always to remember that anything that takes you away from being who you are is problematic. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody's permission to be you. Period. You don't. You know, and like I said, one, you have already been, in the sense, when you was born, they looked at you and kind of defined you with the name that they gave you. Look at the definition that lies for you in your name. You know what I'm saying? Look at how your grandmama used to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was all given to you. And I don't want you being pulled to the side because, you got slick talking. Because a lot of times we got a lot of slick talking niggas out here. And the game is good. You know what I'm saying? But when you really, really get into it, you be like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. This is just another version of being white. You understand what I'm saying? Baby, we have to certify ourselves. We have to become the masters of our own destiny. Now, but at the same time, like I said, because it's like this. There's a story motif where you have a prince who has been robbed of his family wealth, of his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And he moves off into another world, but he always tries to come back and get. You got stories like this where you got somebody who something belonged to them and they always wanted to get it back, and it always seemed impossible, but they come back and they rise back up and they take their shit. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, that's how we are. That's the story of us. We're that lost individual who has been imprisoned, and everything that we had was stripped away from us. And there's a legacy waiting for us, right? All we have to do is be bold enough to say, hey, you're gonna give me what as Riley said on the Christmas on Boondocks Christmas specials, Santa, you gonna pay what you owe. Santa, you supposed to pay me what you owe. You understand what I'm saying? They owe. You know what I'm saying? This government owe. This whole institution owe. And we're going to extract we're going to get our legacy back. We're going to get all of our shit back. But at the same time, we got to do work, family. Because we have to be prepared for it. Whether it's coming or whether it's not coming, we still have to build. Like Sister Navita says, with the current buying power, $1 trillion that is forecast to reach $1.3 trillion by the year 2017, the importance of connecting with African American consumers is more important than ever Hold on. African consumers more important than ever, as detailed in a new report published by Nielsen in collaboration with the National Newspaper Publishers Association, NNPA. Black consumers have notable distinction from other consumer groups, and understanding this group critical to making lasting connections. Of course, they always going to try to get us to spend the little bit we have, but hey, Navita, go and do some research and find out how much, like for example, if they was to break down the wealth of black folks, how much each family is worth. Because they know how many families. I want you to find out how much each family is worth. Because if you look at the numbers, it's something like $1,700. I want you, and that's being nice. That's with the cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're worth about $1,700 per family. Now, what you gonna get in America with that? See, because it's like, because we look at the combined wealth, but oftentimes what we miss is how that combined wealth is distributed among the masses. Now we do waste a lot of money. I do agree with you on that. But it's like, organizing that is gonna take a lot of work. But then on top of that, we have to shake these motherfuckers down. We gotta shake this country down, man. We built it. We're old. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we gotta do our work. So let's keep it moving. We need to pour these libations. Dang, Layla, girl, you come on here starting trouble. I love it. Go ahead, Nisi. How is the combined wealth spent? How is our combined wealth? Oh, man. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, Navita. And when you really look at it, it's being spent to survive. Because, like, now, I work in a school, and I will see foolish spending. Like, I will see a family struggling go out and buy a child $150 pair of tennis shoes, right? I'll see children with cell phones, and you're right. That's wasteful spending, right? But outside of that, other than that, you know what I'm saying, in the cigarettes and maybe a little bit of alcohol, the point that I'm trying to make is we really don't have as much side spending money as we think. So some of the money, you're right, we could redirect, and like some of the stuff that we survive on, like for example, we need some way to extract some of the money that's going out of our house on a regular basis to some of these utilities. Because one of the things that an established nation has is that every nation has something that the people will only buy from them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that that groups are like, where the Chinese get their rice from? You know what I'm saying? How many black households have cable but say they are financially strapped? All of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them got cable, but say they financially strapped. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, we kind of got to throw ourselves in that. We got devices, and it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, how much do we really got saved? If me and you was to really have a real one-on-one talk, do you have enough money to, go make it for a year without anything? You know what I'm saying? Because in that case, everybody is guilty because everybody had these little whims. And so what you're saying, all black folks need to cut off cable. But then if all black folks cut off cable, then we wouldn't be able to have this discussion that we're having right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people get the cable as well as have the internet at their house. You know what I'm saying? So, I hear you. But, if we're going to cut off the cable, then we're going to cut off the line, one of the major lines that connect all of us. I'm just saying, but yeah, we could redirect some of our spending. One of the pieces I'm trying to say is, what is the staple that we have as a community due to bad financial planning? Well, Levita, when you start backwards, baby, You know what I'm saying? It's like for us to be worth $1,700 after we done built trillions upon trillions of dollars for this country. You kind of right. But then now what we're doing is we're looking at the situation that black folks are in and saying black folks are in the situation because of how we are, rather than how the situation is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, bad financial planning. Well, hell, when did we ever have financial classes? When did we ever have finances? You know what I'm saying? Many of us are 3 generations off the plantation, and some of us are 2 generations away from sharecropping. No, you don't. That's not true. You can't have internet without cable. Okay, cool. All right, so let's say you just have internet. You got internet. What type of internet you get without the cable? I mean, I got 5 devices up here. Well, you right. I do. For most of my devices, I don't have the internet here running it. But I got to have a line for each one of these devices. So in a sense, you kind of right. But is it really bad financial planning, or were you put in a bad situation? Earthlink. I don't know what Earthlink is. Talk to me about it. I have AT&T, so that comes with cable and the phone. So I feel you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have cable? Do we got cable?
No.
Okay, we don't have cable. I just got internet. You right, but I got internet. But that's still a bill. And I feel it's a necessity. Right? And the only thing I'm raising is we don't want to use the same arguments that some of the conservatives use. Black folks are in the situation they're in because of bad financial planning. Black folks are in the situation we in because we are here. You understand what I'm saying? We are in a bad situation we are in because we are here. We didn't come over here. We didn't immigrate over here. We didn't choose to come over here. We were forced over here, and labor was extracted from us, and wealth was extracted from us. In fact, many of us, actually, we were used as the money. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the piece that I'm trying to bring up is that a lot of times we say, well, if we only knew, or if we only did financial planning. No, dude, we're in a system that has been set up and is built up off the fact of us failing. Period. They make money from us failing. The system is set up for us to fail. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see it right now. Like right now, you got elders in our lives right now who have done everything right. And because there's no generational wealth coming to them or coming from them, they are in a situation because of the new law changes and the new taxes where they may be losing everything that they built up, even though they done did everything right. I get the situation, but we cannot continue to do badly when we know what the situation is. What's do badly? How much badly you gonna do in the 1700? Hell, a single black woman is worth $5. You know what I'm saying? When we spread the money out, when we really look at it, and a single black woman with a degree is worth negative money. Is you know what I'm saying? She's always in the hole. And why is that? And it's not necessarily for bad financial planning, because I want you to think about this, Navita. As a people, we strive to help each other, don't we? You know what I'm saying? Usually if I have, or if you have, if somebody in your family need, you going to get it to them. Are you not? You know what I'm saying? We can track the spending trends, but listen, what I'm saying is, let's track the spending trends, right? But then, once again, we're taking it back to, damn, niggas, if y'all only spent your money right. When most black folks are caught up on the edge of survival. Damn near everybody I know is less than 3 paychecks away from being homeless. And everybody is not in that situation, Navita. Currently 43 million strong, African American consumers have unique behaviors from the total market. For example, they're more aggressive consumers of media and they shop more frequently. Black watch. Hold on. Blacks have unique. Don't start acting up. For example, they're more aggressive consumers of media and they shop more frequently. Blacks watch more television. Black more shopping trips. Purchase more ethnic beauty and grooming products. Read more financial magazines and spend more than twice the time at personal hosted websites than any other group. Now, I got a question. And what does that say? You might need to call in. What does that say? Currently 43 strong African American consumers have unique behaviors from the total market. For example, they're more aggressive consumers of media and they shop more frequently. Black watch more television. We like stories. Okay. So what? We need to start maybe we might need to start a television. Maybe we might need to start a television station. But now I think Oprah tried that. I think we have more power than we realize, and it's us buying into that. See, and that's why I'm going back to, as a nation, what is the staple? What is the one thing that we, as a group, consume only from ourselves? All the shit that you mentioned here is coming from external sources. All that comes from external. Like even the hair care products, right? If we said that we wasn't going to buy any grooming products from anybody outside of us, like lotion and shea butter and hair grease, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, we would be able to produce jobs and be able to start developing the economy. But what is the staple that black folks can use? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this shit, television and shit, black folks, listen, you know some people watch TV and get into TV to escape the motherfucking trauma that they are going through. You know what I'm saying? It's better than them being on crack. I hear you, though. You know what I'm saying? Shopping, 8 trips. I personally don't go on those shopping trips. I don't know. But I do see a lot of sisters out there shopping, doing a lot of shopping. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Purchase more ethnic beauty and grooming products. Well, hell, you have been trained that you have to look white in order to be in the job situation. So hell, you gonna have to groom. See, this is what I'm saying. It's almost we look at the spending. Hold on, Miss Tracy says okay. Miss Tracy, Miss Davita is we're pointing out. I agree, we have more power, but what I don't want to get into is the whole piece. Well, if we just was to spend, you know what I'm saying? Because the issue is when it comes down to it, as individuals, we have very little money. And you're right, if we come together in a group, we could do some stuff. I agree. I agree with that. But I want to make sure that we're not sitting around blaming our spending habits for what we are. When it wasn't the spending habits that got us in this situation in the first fucking place. That's all I'm saying. I hear you on all the spending and stuff like that, but it wasn't a spending problem that got us in the situation that we're in. We know this. If anybody that's a student of history realizes that it wasn't black folks' spending habits that got us in the situation where we are right now. Like I said, let's go back to the story, and I want everybody to check in with your elders if I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this tax stuff that they pushing through, a lot of the changes going since the Great Pumpkin took the office, for those individuals that did everything that they were supposed to do, saved properly and did all that, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be losing a lot of wealth in the next 3 years. A whole lot of wealth. A whole lot of struggling is going to be going on, family. They did everything they were supposed to do. And the point, I'm raising that to bring this point across. We could do everything we need to do, but soon as we get on top, some type of law is they're able to change it because we are not involved in the political process or we don't have them scared of us. If you do that, you know all hell is going to break out. You understand what I'm saying? We got elders who being priced out of medicines they need right now. And they don't have the bad the bad habits that a lot of us that we list on here. They done did everything. They didn't save the money. They done did everything they needed to do. What we gonna do about it? How we gonna work with it? I mean, these are questions that we as a group have to deal with. And I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What are we buying from? What can we agree that we will all start buying from us? You know what I'm saying? We set up the company, boom, boom, boom. Be clear about where the profit is going, that we're going to buy from us. So that we can start developing the economy that we need in order to get where we need to get. Because we need to be able to provide jobs. All right, so let's do this toast, family. Dang, Navita, but you done did some research, girl, for real. That's what I like. She did that's some 43 million. Hold on. All right, so we about to do this toast. I need to check and see, because I want to be able to look at the comments on the computer, so I don't have to be putting my finger on the screen because it kind of gets messed up. So we about to do this toast. Call on these ancestors. There we go. Lord have mercy. All right. Okay, cool. I wanted to see everything because I gotta. So, all right, let's do this toast. Let's do the toast. Doing that. I'm doing that ambrosia, family. Now this, I can't take a lot of that because that's strong. Strong. You want some? All right. So, family, we're going to do this toast. Lift up the glass. We toast created by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We call on that all-powerful source. And we lift up our glass to that creator. That first ancestor, and we say, Ashe. From there, we move to our personal ancestors. We call on all those that went before us, that made the transition before us. We lift up our glass and we salute them. We thank them for what they have done for us and hopefully for the path that they have laid for us. Hopefully we have some that have blazed the path for us. And we remember them. So I'm going to read off the list. If you want your ancestors on the list, let me post this up for you. Let me post this number. If you want your ancestors' name to be on the list, you could call. You could text 61. You could text. Let me do it like that. Text hashtag Daily Toast to 614-300-1875. See if it pops up. It popped up. That's hot. Can I pin it? I can't pin it on this. Let me pin it right here. It won't let me move. And it won't let me pin because it got me. Oh, that's messed up. Alright, let me get over and pin this comment up. But if you want your ancestors on the Daily Toast, just text hashtag Daily Toast to 614-300-1875. Alright? So we're going to start. Now, when I send you the list, make sure you adjust it and put your ancestors on top. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, George and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pat Myra, Malika Facure, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamara, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Brian Watson, Kaniko Parsons, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro Ector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury, Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kinney, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry, Worrell James Farmer, Mary Chavaz, Leanne Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amotet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lisa and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas, Triggs II, Venna Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carl Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, and Ellis Murphy. We lift up our glass.
And we say Ashe.
Ashe. All right. Okay. So it came down off of. Okay, cool. So, all right, family. So now we move on, right? We move on to our the present moment, which I didn't get a chance to talk about right now. Let's go and talk about it right now. Where? See, my kids was home all day, so I got it. So today is Kuumba. Is a day of creativity. For those who don't speak the language, the Modic principle is order. The color is orange. The Hermetic law is cause and effect. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Ama. The 7 from the Emotional Emancipation Circle, African Centered Cultural Virtues. The virtue of the day in Wolof will be Job, good character, just, honest, righteous. Akan ethic, strong character. And from traditional Yoruba, Oju Inu, insight. So today is the day of creativity, and I have to go and sit down and create this talk for tomorrow. So I'm gonna be working on that. So since we had no call-ins, we lift up our glass and we say Ashe, right? From there we move to our children's children, onto infinity. You can hear mines in the background. We lift up our glass. We say Ashe. From there, we toast all of our relations. And we say Ashe. From there, we'll move on, and I toast you for taking the time to view the toast. I want to thank each and every last one of you. And with that, family, I lift up my glass and I say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We wish you peace, power, joy, 100 years, and it's something I'm missing. We wish you peace, power, joy, in 100 years. What am I forgetting to say? What am I forgetting to say? I'm getting old, family, but I love it. All right, but of course, you know, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey.
Did you say we wish you peace, power, joy?
Wish peace, power, joy,
100 years.
and 100 years. And then what do I say after that? Okay, I need to let y'all know you are now listening to
Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Of course, you know this is Daily Toast, right? This is Daily Toast, and what?
When we start the blood.
No, this is a Daily Toast, and of course, you know this is the Heart of a Simple production.
We start to love your old paradigm.
We strive. All right, so lift up that glass, family. Let's drink. So I'm gonna stay on for a couple more seconds. See if it's anybody out there that got something they want to talk about. You can hit me up at 614. That's what I forgot to do. 614-556-4535. That is the call-in line. 614-556-4535. I want to thank Miss Layla, Tania. I want to thank Miss Navita. I need to see some of those numbers, baby, because this is incredible. So okay. So and did you get that information, Miss Navita, from blackmeninamerica.com? How do black people spend their money? Is that the article you got all that from? All right. So, but here we go. So I'm gonna sip.
This is our snack. That's my turn.
All right. Woo! Strong.
We both get 5 turns.
Let me make sure where you at. I need a producer. Okay. I'm gonna have to look at the article. Oh. All right. But also be thinking about this, Miss Navita. What is the staple
3, 4.
that our people could purchase only from us? Something we can control from the production all the way up to the distribution. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do we have to import it from? Do we have to import it from Africa? Is it something that because like I said, one of the things that I was thinking about was getting total control of the skincare system, because nobody asses up like us. And I don't think nobody look like me need to be buying levers or any of that other shit. We need to make sure that all our folks is buying something from us. You know what I'm saying? That's going to alleviate that ash and help the skin be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to only buy rice from certain people? What? You know what I'm saying? What is the staple? Is it a food that we could grow, or is it something that we could produce that we will only get from each other? You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that we need to I want us to really look into, because until we get a staple, because the economics is important. You know what I'm saying? But politics are important too. You know what I'm saying? But the economics is, in a sense, the lifeblood. That's the flow of the resources. The resources represent the blood of the community. How can we take control of something, a need that people have? This is why you see the Department of Tobacco and firearms, and they'll control tobacco. I mean, tobacco and alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at how the European system is set up, it's set up around points of being able to control what you need. I'm able to tax everything. Maybe we might need to incorporate a community tax. I mean, seriously, I've been thinking about that. Maybe we might need to start with us. We need to do a tax. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what nations start with. They start with the taxes of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because really that's what the Kwanzaa celebration is about. Well, we bring everything together so that the whole family, the whole group can eat. We can eat. We could create those bonds, and then we can start doing commerce amongst these. It's sort of like the taxes is what paid for that meal there. You know what I'm saying? All the work, because everybody put a little bit of food on the table so that we could feast. Maybe we might need to institute a community tax, a consciousness tax. I don't know. Once you wake up, nigga, you gotta pay. You gonna pay me what you owe. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, and maybe Navita, maybe one of the things we gotta do to get the spending right. And I know I hate saying this, but maybe we might. May have to get gangster like other folks. You know what I'm saying? Because let somebody step out of line of one of those other cultures. You know, they throw their ass out. Don't even come around here. You know? No. Don't come see your mama. No. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we too nice. Or are we? You know what I'm saying? Because when we support white supremacy, we pretty ruthless, right? But when it comes to our shit, we all nice and loving and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, in order really for us to get to the level we need to get, like I said, that organization has to come within. But then also, what's the consequences for breaking order? We don't have consequences. Motherfuckers walk away from us unscathed all the time. What's the ramification of robbing the people? You know what I'm saying? What's the ramification of running up into an elder's house and robbing them? Well, you know what I'm saying? What are the laws of our community? What are the rules of our community? What are the rules of our community? What are the rules of our tribes? How do our tribes interact? You know what I'm saying? People want to talk about getting into black law and the dictionary and shit like that. Maybe we need to take those minds and sit their ass down at the table and say, how should we be interacting within us so that we could protect our future? Just think about it, family. You know what I'm saying? Are you, because really, to go to the next level, are you really willing to pay a tax? Sound crazy, right? Are you willing to pay a tax? Are you willing to tax yourself? Are you willing to give of yourself to move to the next level? Hell, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been, you know what I'm saying? It's like, boom. A simple fee. It could be a simple fee. Would people be willing to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because it'll definitely help. It'll cut down on some of that useless spending. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to throw down some money. I'm willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we could talk about that tomorrow at the Sabiat. You know what I'm saying? But this is the piece. It's going to have to be consistent. It's going to have to be regular. And then we're going to have to be able to monitor that as a group. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, family, because one of the reasons I got excited once I really saw what Tawi was doing, because I said, damn, that looked like the beginning of a black government. They being consistent. You know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? I walked into a ceremony. What's the call-in number? 614. Uh-oh, here we go. 614-556. Let me type it in. 614-556-4535. 4535. I'm gonna type it in right here too. Where we at? Comment. 614. What is it?
614.
5.
55.
Oh no.
6.
Is it 556?
4535.
4535. Here we go. 614-556-4535. Call in, family. Are you willing to pay taxes to your community? Are you willing to pay taxes? See, because since we don't have a staple here, let's jump past the staple. Are you willing on a monthly or bi-weekly or weekly basis to take some money, like when you go to church, you know what I'm saying? Are you willing to tithe to the community? I'm just asking, family. Are you willing to tithe to the community so that we can really build, so we can really start creating some opportunities in our community? So I fell off the line, so I'm calling back in, Avita. So let me type it in.
First participant on the call. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
What did she say?
She said, you are the first participant on the call. 614-556-4535.
You don't remember.
That's the call-in number. Now, see, because this, what goes on is a lot of times, and it just take one little incident, and the whole piece, the whole thing is just flushed down the toilet. How do we stop that? You know what I'm saying? Because once people really start putting money in, they become a little bit more invested. You know what I'm saying? And I for one, I'm not trying to hear from nobody who ain't willing. See, because I know for a fact that where your money go is where your worship flows. Where your money goes is where your worship flows. So we got a lot of people that's out here that will be out here talking this conscious shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Because
this call is
for a lot of
recorded.
people, this shit is a hustle. All right, shouts out to Miss, I think that's Miss Navita. Is that Miss Navita?
Yes, it's me.
What's going on, girl? Go on, break it down. Because obviously, I didn't know you was the economic master. I just argue. I admit I don't know too much about the economics, but I do know I ain't gonna let you blame me for it. But go ahead.
Well, this is the thing. We have to get past whether it's, a blame thing. It's just something that we need to do. Now, I'm going to take myself, and I know I'm not the oddball within our race. And I look back at the income tax returns I've received and what I spent them on. I look back on the excessive money I spent on just hair products alone. Now, I used to perm my hair. I used to have every kind of wig. I would go to the store and buy 4. If I seen a wig I liked, I'd buy 3 or 4 of them right there on the spot. 3 or 4 of them. Okay, all the different hair products. I had to have the best of the best for the hair products and everything. Not saying now. I know we have to sometimes stimulate to get certain places.
Right.
In society. However, we don't have to spend that kind of money to do it. We just don't. I have to admit to myself
Give me that pen,
the bad financial choices that I have made. I no longer, and I wish I would have learned this earlier, I'm no longer going to use the excuse that the system is keeping me down because I feel like I can beat this system. I'm not going to go for this white supremacist stuff. They do have suppression, but they cannot keep me down unless I allow that.
Now,
I'm not allowing it anymore. That's how I feel about it. I've set myself back financially so badly. Just looking back at the money I've just slipped through my fingers over the years.
And I appreciate the fact that
I just blew on clothes, hanging out. You know, I have a brother I know. He's a financial expert, and he got it early, so he's doing well. But he got it early. In his college years, he got it early. And when his friends were going out and spending money on this, that, and the third, if he didn't have X amount of dollars out, he would tell them, I can't go. I don't have the money. And now, those same friends that were spending, he's financially secure. He owns properties all over the city. He works from home, owns his own business. Because what he told me was, we have developed an attitude that, well, I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, so I'm going to just go ahead and buy what I want anyway. And they had this defeated attitude already. And instead of, even when he brought up his his children. You know, he had 2 sons, and it wasn't you weren't going to have the most expensive shoes on the market. You know, so he didn't even get cable. And this man's in his 50s. He didn't even get cable till maybe 10 years ago for the first time. You know, he was very financially disciplined, and he got it early on. And I think due to what I feel for me and some others, I didn't have knowledge of self. So my identity came through material things.
Right.
I felt good about myself by the material things that I presented. So people would say to me, "Oh, she got it going on. You see what she's driving? She got it going on. You see, she got the newest, you know, whatever she was in when we was, you know, younger. You know what I'm saying? She bought all her clothes from this, that, and the third, you know. And I looked good, but I wasn't saving no money.
See,
my income tax came. I had to get the newest cell phone that was out. You know what I mean? I had to buy a car, and maybe a car that I shouldn't be buying. I should have just got a cash car. But no, I wanted a fancy car. You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't going to be able to keep the payments up on. So I think that I just was very financially irresponsible, which a lot of us, I think we really are. And we do have the money to do things, but we just have to get on the same page.
Right. So,
and be a little more disciplined.
So what do you think of, wait, let me read what Brother Anubis says. Brother Anubis says, not sure what the conversation is about, but it seems to me that it should not be this hard to convince people that are part of what some call the underdog society to make moves that could potentially make their lives better. And that's what I think he's agreeing with what you talking about, Navita. It shouldn't be that hard to get people to really to see what changes can I make so that we can become better and stronger as a people economically. Now, this is my question. I was talking about like a self-tax, a community where we pay, you know, because people pay tithes to the church. I was wondering, what do you think about the idea as far as those people that are conscious paying tithes to the community or paying tithes to the, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we got to tax ourselves in some form or fashion.
I see what you're saying. If you have people who have gotten themselves, financially to where they can afford to actually start, you know, you have to start at home, okay, and have your savings. Like you said, some of us now, we live from paycheck to paycheck, so because we do too. Well, I'm gonna say for me, I make bad financial. I have gotten to the point where I am now damn near paycheck to paycheck. So my goal is to get at least X amount of dollars in my savings, and then boom, if we can get with other life, because I know I got the money to save. I have it there. Now that I've looked back on everything and the mistakes I've made, you know, I don't even have, like I said, I don't got cable anymore. I don't buy all those hair products anymore. And then I just buy other stuff that I don't need, you know, that I can start, and I don't have enough saved up. So that's my thing. I'm going to got to get my savings together. And then I wouldn't mind with other like-minded people to put some money in on something and maybe, like you said, get a building or something that's going to benefit the group. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, if we can show improve as a group, and then maybe other people will be willing to come in the community and make it a community thing. You know.
Now, and another piece that I want.
One thing my son always says is like, y'all keep talking all this stuff, but I don't see nobody with nothing.
Hey, see, and that's
you know,
that's a major piece for the young people. Y'all
don't have no buildings to go to. Y'all don't have nothing. So what makes me as a young person come and want to follow what you did?
Wow.
What you telling me? And like I tell my son, I told you wrong. I guided you wrong financially, you know, and I know that now, and I'm trying to pass that on to him now and my grandson. You know what I'm saying? But I guided you all the way wrong.
Now, Navita,
and I didn't have any guidance.
Exactly, Navita. I mean, because really, who was really there to guide you? Because really, when you look at the situation, because the whole piece is, Because I'm with you. Getting over the victim shit. I'm
You're
not.
breaking up.
Okay, cool. Can you hear me now? Because I'm talking towards the mic. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me better now? Uh-oh.
I can't hardly hear you.
Man, I got to figure out what's going on here. All right, but what I'm trying to say is, I hear you on the victim shit. We don't need to be. I hear you on the victim shit, and like I said, I'm kind of mixing the whole piece up, right? But now I want to go back to some of the spending items that you're pointing out, and I want to say this because you brought up a very important point. A lot of the spending that a lot of black folks was doing, right, come from either credit cards or those individuals that was getting those super large tax returns. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that's where a lot of the major spending come from. Because, like, you know what I'm saying, I would have people come to my school and be like, oh, yeah, I paid my rent for the whole year. Like, what? I got my taxes. I paid my rent for the whole year. What? What tax system did you involved with? Because you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to say is, when we're looking at wealth, because I want us to be clear on wealth and spending, right? Because a lot of times when we look at the numbers of wealth, one of the things that we got to take into account is that real wealth or is that credit? Or is that from a sudden influx of cash? Because people without money, when they get a sudden influx of cash, go out and do a lot of crazy things because there's a lot of things that you've been wanting, that you've been desiring, and a lot of and one of the reasons is because we've been cut off from the generational wealth piece. Now, I'm gonna just have to push back a little bit and say in many ways, we can't. The community can't wait for each individual to get it together because it's like this. It's sort of like the church because black folks be struggling anyway and still be tithing. So how are we going to build stuff? We can't wait for it. You know what I'm saying? So those people that are able to do it, like I said, one of the reasons I got with Tawi is because I go and invest my money with that. Because I don't even look at it as a donation. I look at it as an investment. You know what I'm saying? So, that, you know, but Brother Nuba says, seems reasonable to me. Another thing is to create a security force to get rid of all the bad elements that is causing harm to our people, such as drug dealers. Give them an ultimatum. If you want to continue to live here, you cannot sell here. And if you have to contribute, it's unfortunate, but sometimes you have to use blunt and brute force to keep the job done. They never protect the community anyway, so what use do we have for them? I hear you, right? So it's like, you know, because, of course, once you start dealing with the resources, right? Because, I mean, economics is one of the things that go hand in hand with economics is being able to defend the economics, right? For example, every country, you can't have a border as a country if you don't have a military. And the border is important because it keeps people from encroaching across your space. This is why a lot of people have fences around their house, so they can make sure they got their space. And if they could slide that fence out just a little bit to get a little extra space, they will. We have to learn as a people how to protect our borders. How to protect our borders physically, emotionally, mentally. Start learning to protect our borders. That bullshit does not go over here, right? Because we can't have more going out from our borders than coming in. You know what I'm saying? That's called a trade deficit, right? And basically what we got all the money going out. And the only thing I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Boom. How do we start getting people to start investing in theirs? I mean, like I said, it don't take a lot. You said it's 43 million strong, and if we just count those in Columbus, those conscious in Columbus, like for example, during Kwanzaa, we saw over 1,000 people. Over 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? What if 1,000? Let's say 10%. Let's say 100 folks was given on a regular basis to organization. Not even an organization. I mean, it could be a church. I mean, we already seen what happens because these mega churches that we've seen are the result of people giving a little bit at a time, but on a regular basis. It's totally doable for anyone that might be skeptical, because we all know who all the dealers are in our respective. And then he also brings up a whole nother piece. The whole, boom. You know what I'm saying? If you're not serving the community, if you're not healthy for the community, you have to get your ass up out the community. You understand what I'm saying? But that's going to hit home, because for a lot of us, that's them our cousins and shit like that. But we have to be able to secure our own, because this the piece that I try to teach my kids. I said, nobody will respect your shit more than you, nor should they. Nobody will respect your shit more than you, nor should they. So if we allow people in our community to sell within our community, now what you do outside the borders, you know, as long as you don't bring no drama from another community into my community, I have no dealings with you. But within our borders, dude, you cannot violate. What are the rules? You can do anything. See, basically, in our community, because we have no rules, because we have no expectations, you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Really, this is what true democracy looks like. When you can just drive through the true democracy. Double taxes for them as well, since they want the deal. You know what I'm saying? And then and of course, if you know, I hear you on that. But you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have a force, because motherfuckers get sensitive about that money. You know what I'm saying? They get real sensitive, because really what a lot of people don't understand, money is the god of this age. A lot of people don't want to admit it, a lot of people don't want to say it, but money is the god of this age. Where your money goes, your worship flows. Or where your money flows, your worship goes. However you want to say it. So you want to see what somebody really believe in, see where they spending their money. That's why we have to get economic power. That way we can offer them an alternative income to feed their family. See, now, this is the issue. You can offer them alternative income, but if I hear you. Now, see, but with some people, you just gonna have to chase them out. Because what if you offer them that and they still do that shit on the side? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, because the whole piece is family. Everybody that look like me ain't family. Everybody that look like us ain't family. You know what I'm saying? We got to be clear about that. Some of us have been contaminated so deeply with this virus here. You know what I'm saying? That we might, you need to go elsewhere. You need to go somewhere else and do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear you. Because some people because you got to understand this, Navita. One of the things, another thing about selling dope or being involved in that life is not just the money, but it's the adventure. So we got to be able to provide our young people with adventures that they can, because like I said, like one of the reasons I keep stressing this folktale thing, this story thing, this myth thing, is that everybody love to have stories. Especially young men. Young men love to sit around and talk about and brag about and discuss the adventures that they had. But we don't provide them with that. Going to school every day, everybody do that. What adventures can we provide the young men in our community far as the training, you know what I'm saying? Boom, if we're going to develop a security force, they have to go out and learn how to do this, they have to learn how to do that, you know what I'm saying? They have to learn how to climb a mountain, they have to be able to jump out of planes, you know what I'm saying? They got to be, you know what I'm saying? What adventures can we provide for the young people? And those that don't accept the offer have to go, but it would be good to offer an alternative. Or to challenge them to make an alternative. See, because this is the issue. Because now a lot of people will say, well, I'm not going to get involved because y'all ain't offer me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not what the community could do for you. You know what I'm saying? It's what you can do for the community. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be able to have to offer everybody something. Some of these motherfuckers need to come up with some of this entrepreneurial spirit that I don't agree with, that's involved in dope. You know what I'm saying? Because hell, dope brings customers. Dope, you don't have to advertise dope. You know what I'm saying? It don't take a business genius to do dope. It don't take a mathematical whiz kid to sell dope. It don't take a marketing CEO to get out here and sell some motherfucking dope, because it's a need. People have a need. You're bringing it there. They fulfill it. You're able to get the money. You can do the basic counting. You're not a genius. So we need to go on. We need to nix that shit from the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Now, how are you going to use your skills to create some income, not only for you, but your whole crew? Because you got a whole bunch of motherfuckers eating off this shit. So now you're responsible for flipping what you have been doing into something else that will no longer harm our community. And then on top of that, some of the motherfuckers that want to keep on doing this shit, don't want to seek the help, don't, you know what I'm saying? Boom, you keep on doing it, you got to get the fuck up out of here too. Another thing is that at the end of the day, most dealers are forcing people to use their products. Only weak-minded people think that drugs can actually do something for their minds, bodies, and spirits. And we got to understand, Anubis, we are damaged people, man. We have whole segments of our population as Africans in America, black folks, non-immigrants, people who have come. We have trauma that has been passed down that has never been worked out. We have young people dealing with massive amount of assault and all types of shit, and now they're adults. So what else they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily just weak-minded. It's pain and trauma that these individuals, some of these people are self-medicating, and we have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And if they have an alternative, it's a possibility that they can be saved. But we got to be able to give them an alternative. Period. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people self-medicating, family. A lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and some people think that one is better than the other. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at weed sales, it ain't glaucoma that's pushing up. Weed is self-medicating. You know what I'm saying? You come on, tobacco, self-medicating. Alcohol, self-medicating. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is dealing with a lot, and we have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So when we approach people, we have to understand that from the dope dealer side to the drug user side, we have to understand that we're dealing with a traumatized people. We're dealing, in many cases, excuse my language, we're dealing with a wounded animal. So it's a certain way that you approach a wounded animal, because even if you come to help, the wounded animal may try to attack you. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got good intentions. So there's certain ways that you approach. Only weak-minded people. Offer them a term limit to invest their profits into something a bit more appropriate. And once that is done, you have to get out of the game, as they say. I haven't even thought that far forward. You know what I'm saying? Because the first piece is getting a group of people that say, hey, we're going to invest this. We're going to put it in a 100-year trust or something. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing we can get off of it is the interest, or we could purchase a bill. I mean, using this whole concept of smart contracts now that we could use to get people to get certain things to happen automatically. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But being able to tax ourselves and look at it and be like, damn, I make this amount. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, people that believe they're going, I mean, people that do the church or the mosque, that's how they support it. You know what I'm saying? And that is the same concept that goes. So basically what happens is people are paying taxes and people self-tax. Either we're going to have to get people's checks before they get them and tax them like the government do, or we're going to have to grab people's hearts and get them to start donating on a regular basis and make it tax deductible. You know what I'm saying? So family, I mean, we got a lot of stuff to think about. I have several plans, but a plan is only as good as the people that needs to be involved doing their part as well. And that's with any plan. You right? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been looking at this, you know, because I got a whole story. I got a whole story about this, because this is what I want to cover. This part of what I'm going to cover tomorrow is, in the Sabayat, as far as the story, how do we create a story that is that's compelling enough to make people want to get involved? You know what I'm saying? What story are we constructing? What stories are we basing what we're doing on? And what is the story that we tell people about us? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when people, with the whole consciousness piece, with the whole being woke piece, or however you want to look at it, the historian or whatever you want to call it, the Afrocentric piece, the story is fucked up. The story is not good. We're not looking into the story that's being told about us. We're not framing the story that's being told about us. And now we have to start taking care of the story that's been told about us and start to help hone and develop the story that's being told about us so that we can move to another level. We stuck. Why we stuck? Because the story that's being told about people like us is out there. It's boring. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody tell me Kwanzaa was born. Kwanzaa was born. You know what I'm saying? I said, hold up, homie. You came on the third day and was late on that day. How the fuck you gonna tell me Kwanzaa's nothing and Kwanzaa for? You know what I'm saying? So now we got, and this is a whole nother issue. We got people thinking that the collective is supposed to serve them. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain point in time where you have to start serving the collective. So you got people coming to the collective wanting to be entertained. No, motherfucker, you entertain us. You know what I'm saying? We got to help people shift their mind state. You know what I'm saying? Because some people still coming at us. They might be 30, but they're 15 emotionally. They're 15 mentally. So they still wanting to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I might get you a laugh every now and then, but this ain't just about entertainment. This is about doing work. I'm getting up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, just for the Daily Toast. Shit, this is work. God damn it, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the Goose Cyber Challenge together. I got several different websites. I'm streaming on 4 different devices. And I'm working, God damn it, and I'm paying money to do this. I'm not playing with this. This is not, for me, this is real life. You understand what I'm saying? This is real life. Me getting you information, me pouring for the ancestors, me doing this is one part of the way that I help feed my family. My wife looking at me like I'm crazy. I seen that shit. Anyway, y'all get the idea. In your particular community, what are most of the issues that you can really identify, and what option do you see to remedy these problems? Man, listen. Of course, we will have to do a whole nother show on that, man. I'm not even going to try to dig into that one. But I ain't even going to look at the problems, because what I'm going to share with you is I ran into a solution. Or I saw something that was a possible solution. I saw a group of elders that was coming together for the last 15 years. When they collect money, to let everybody know how much money they collected. Regardless of how many people was there, they have been steadfast. And I feel that they are worthy of a donation from me on a regular basis. And since they doing Kwanzaa and other cultural things, I'm able to plug into that. So now, what is Brother Hatim's plan? Brother Hatim's plan is to build up a group of individuals that's like-minded. I'm not even worried about these niggas out in the street. And we're gonna buy a community. Like, if you go back in my past videos, one of the things I used to talk about on a regular basis was this concept called the Gye-Nyame complex. In Columbus, one of the things that I noticed is that there are a whole lot of apartment complexes out there. My thought was, why not buy one of them apartment complexes? Because when I start looking at the prices, they're between $1 million and $3 million. We talking about 150 to 250 units. Some 3-bedroom, some mixed 1 to 3 bedroom type thing, where you could build your own community, where you can have your own security force, where you can make sure that people that come in are respecting the borders of that place because right there, that's already a city. So we could take because in the middle, usually in the middle of those, you have space where either you could tear out some of those apartments, you could put a little strip mall in there. You could set up stores so that people get there. Where you could have a co-op where people is bringing fresh fruits and vegetables in for the people to eat. You know what I'm saying? That they could come and buy. You could put a barber shop and a beauty salon right there. You know what I'm saying? Hell, if we really want to get freaky with it, we could build a school inside or right next to the place, right? And make sure that we only accept parents that are willing to work with us, that are willing to build, that are willing to, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the piece. And have the government pay for that shit. Listen, it's already possible because this the piece. I don't want, see, if crime has taken over the east side, I don't want the east side. I want a peace. Because I understand that once I start building in a territory and I get people to start feeling that that territory is theirs, they will die to defend it. They have a house that they own within that territory, and now we sit down in the meeting and be like, it's time for us to expand. The house next door, next door to the complex, we need to buy that. We need to buy this whole row of houses so that we can extend our neighborhood, so we can extend our tribe, where we can extend our state and keep it clean by not tossing it. See, but when people have ownership, see, that comes from a hopeless group of individuals who have nothing to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't have no vested interest in this shit, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But you watch any, like for example, you in New York, sneaker capital of the world. Look at how them kids take care of them sneakers. You can't tell me that if they had property in some form of fashion, they wouldn't be taking care of it like that. See, because when you invest in something and you have ownership in something, you have a different outlook than somebody that's just renting. Just, you know what I'm saying? You could be thrown out at any time. Motherfucker ain't fixing your shop. And he says, and keeping it clean by tossing the garbage out any and everywhere. Yes, having a microeconomy is definitely achievable. Most do not understand that garbage made the Romans sick. Not only did garbage, see, but then now. But I ain't gonna go into that. But family, all I'm saying is, you know, boom, it starts with a group. You know what I'm saying? It starts with a tribe. It starts with a family. A group of families come together as a tribe and say, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna invest towards this tribe this amount per month. Now, this is the piece. Here's one of the rules. I ain't got all the rules down, but here's one of the rules. When a tribe reaches 150, that tribe must split in half. So now you have the original tribe half, and you have the new tribe half. And when each of those grow and they go to about 150, they need to split. Now I ain't saying they got to move away from each other. But what I'm saying is, one, when you have groups of over 150, it's hard for you to start developing those real relationships. So the only rule that I would have at this point in time, because there's other rules, of course, there's other things that we're going to have to work out, but that no tribe grows over 150. From each one of those 150, you have a representative that sits on a council of united tribes. And what happens when you get a bunch of united tribes? You get a community. What happens when you get a bunch of communities? You get a city. What happens when you get a bunch of cities? You get a state. What happens when you get a bunch of states? You got a country. You said the new tribes could be like the cadet branch of the Medici family. I mean, and which is I ain't gonna say that's the basic model, but all that shit they got from us. You know what I'm saying? Tribes. You know what I'm saying? Why were tribes important? Tribes helped groups of individuals survive. But there always were problems once tribes got too big. So you keep the limit on how big a tribe can grow. Right? Now, all tribes will give to a central body. All tribes to maintain tribes, you know what I'm saying? The part of the tradition is giving to a central body. Not just a central body, but that body would be able to move and shit like that. Of course, and they still exist today doing what they did back then. Man, I'm just saying, family. I mean, because shit's not hard. Because another piece that I want to bring up to folks, you got to remember, check back in history. At one point in time, we was running the world. What the fuck happened? See, people ask that question in the wrong way. You ask that question like, what the fuck did we do wrong? You know, so what the fuck, if all this shit is true, boom, we must really be fucked up. No, what we need to first off, that says to you, if you was on top before, you could get back on top. Second, what we need to be looking at is what did our enemies do to dethrone us? Right? What processes did they set into process within themselves to overthrow us? We need to, and of course, we need to grasp that culture. We need to grasp that culture, family. This is Brother Hatim. I've been running my mouth long enough. I need to drink some more of this ambrosia. I need me some water. Oh, Anubis, if you could, my brother, could you in a message or in Facebook Messenger, text me that link for because it said how Star Wars should be. I didn't see it. That's the same question I was asking myself the other day while watching that movie, Bright. How the hell did the elves lose the war but yet retain economic power? You understand what I'm saying? See, and the piece is all the time. See, how can I put it? All victories don't have to be seen by everybody. And all victories are not true victories. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand as a people, man, it's gang. When you get to a certain level, it's a certain level of because we was talking about the paradox the other day. There's a certain level of gray that you have to be able to let exist. You dig? See, and did you check out in Bright how at the end they had to deny that the whole thing happened, and then the elves got to walk away with the wand? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they had a system established for that, for just such an event. You know what I'm saying? Now, all they got to do is find them an elf that is able to touch the wand and make a fucking wish. And they still exist today doing what they did at that same boom. They had everything on their side, such as magic and numbers. And that's why I'm excited about part 2. I don't going to Bright, I didn't like that much. But anyway, family, I'm about to get up out of here. This is Brother Hatim. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. No, it's Gye-Nyame Journey. Anime. Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Let me start over. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey. This has been a Daily Toast, and of course, this is a Heart of a Simple production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Mr. Diddy.
Peace out, YouTube. Peace out, Facebook. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Drink, 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 drink. Alright, family on Spreaker. Of course, y'all know y'all get a little bit extra. So, hey, listen. I just want to say, what do y'all think about the whole conversation? If you could, text in, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to join the journey. Just hit up hashtag G&J. 614-300-1875. Or if you're interested in Nguzo Saba, text in hashtag Nguzo Saba, and then text it in at 614. Text it in to 614-300-1875. All right? I am out, and I want to thank you for listening. Peace.